everyone, Gina Craft, Facilitator, Technology Integration and Coaching, and this is the overview of what mastery will look like in Schoology. So this is going to help us really track those proficiencies and be able to utilize those to help us, really drive instruction with small grouping and different things like that. So I want to show you all of the basics so you know how to set it up and then how to use it. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that students and parents can also view this mastery because it's obviously going to be important. In order to do that in each of your courses, you need to come over to Grade Setup. And by default, these two down here are not checked, which means that they are hidden to faculty members and to members. So obviously your students and then parents that are connected to them. We want to turn those on so that obviously parents and students can view that, but also for teachers to be able to go through the advisor dashboard and pull up those proficiencies in the mastery to really help with our WIG data and, check-ins during advisory or wave time or morning meeting or any of those things. So we really need to make sure that everybody has access to that. In order to do that, you'll go over to that Grade Setup. You will check those two boxes and make sure you hit Save Changes. Once you now have visibility to all of the people, now you have the ability to align your content, your assignments, your assessments to those proficiencies. Now, currently, I'm building those out as they are approved, finished, finalized, and approved by the school board. So not all of them are in there right now, but the ones that are there are finished and they're finalized. The rest will be in there hopefully soon. In order to do this, you can go, I'm going to go back to my materials page, and we're going to pretend I might be giving an assignment. So I'm going to go over here to Add Materials, Add Assignment, and then this is where you'll put all the rest of your basic information. So I'm just going to put Practice Mastery. You would attach a document. If you need to attach a document, you do want to go ahead and put a due date. Doesn't mean that has to be done by this time, but if you don't put a due date, it will automatically put that assignment, assessment, quiz, whatever it is, at the very, very, very end of the quarter or the grading period. So that means that when we have polls like per quarter, you would have no quarter grades until fourth quarter. So obviously that poses a problem. So you're going to want to put in a due date. I'm just going to put in the 20th, and you're going to have to put in a category. I'm going to put in practice, and you're going to want to make sure it's on the 4-point mastery scale. So you're going to change that scale. And then this is where you get to align it. You'll click this align button, and you'll come down to MCUSD2 proficiency scales, and then this is where you can select your scales. So you can select multiple different proficiencies on multiple different levels. Maybe we have a parts of speech and analyzing words at the level 2, but maybe we also have a level 5 of analyzing language. So you can select across multiple levels. When you're finished, you'll click align, and then you will hit create. This will then create this assignment that has the ability to be graded directly inside of here. Now I could click on my practice mastery, and I could grade directly from here if I have, something that's attached, and then that rubric will pop up. I didn't attach anything, so I'm going to go to my grade book, and I'm going to find that grading column so that I can do that. I can see it's right here, practice mastery, and when I click on an individual cell, that pops up the different proficiencies that I had tagged. So maybe we're here, and we're here, and maybe Cambry has not gotten to this level yet. I don't have to put anything there. It's not going to change anything with her score because it's not an average out of 12, but each one is own 4 points, which is this total score right here. So I could leave that one blank for Cam, and I could save that. And maybe Jenica has a 4, and maybe she's at a 3.5 here. So I can override that by clicking here and clicking 3.5. Notice it shows that it went up to a 4 because it's going to round up. But if you go over here to your total score, I can see it says 3.83. So that has taken into account of that 3.5. I'm going to save that, and I would be obviously doing that for each of these, but I'm going to go over here to Mastery so we can see what this looks like. And Mastery is where we can see as broad or as narrow as you would like. This is going to be your home screen. So you can see just initially there's lots of color coding, which visually makes it really easy to see which students are developing, approaching, exceeding, meeting, where they are at. Now you can drill down very specifically. So if I click on Cambry's name, then I can see all of the different proficiencies that she has currently been assessed on. I can see specifically which ones they are. Or I can go over here to this overview, and it's going to give me based on the proficiency, those MCUSD2 proficiencies, and then I can drill down and drill down and drill down if I want to. I can also see that she, just by the color, I can definitely see that she's developing. Sweet Cambry's not at a level 9 yet. Gosh, Cambry. And to be able to do that, I can also see right here this no score. I can see that one of those categories she wasn't assessed on. So whenever I created something that had this proficiency in it, maybe it wasn't actually for her, but maybe it was aligned for somebody else. So I didn't score her on that, which is why it says no score there. So you can drill down as much as you would like, or you can come from this view, or you can come from the viewpoint of the specific content area. So I'm going to come back over here to mastery, and then I'm going to look at, rather than clicking on Cambry's name, I'm going to look at SEL, which means that I'm going to see all of the students for SEL and not just the individual score of Cambry. And I can see all of the students that are here, and I can see they've been assessed on level 9 through 12. And I can see even more specifically within level 9 through 12, the ones that were assessed were number 39 and number 44. I can even click on that and go even more specific, and I can see, oh, it was a SEL practice. I could click on that, and if it has something aligned to it, which it doesn't have a document attached, it would pull up that document, and you could actually see the student's work, so you could see exactly why a student may or may not have received a specific score. So that really gives you the ability to drill down as far as you want. This isn't popping back up. As far as you want, and then using some of that information to help direct your instruction. I'm going to go back to that course. It blocked me out because I clicked on something I didn't have access to. And now we're going to use that for small grouping. So we're going to come back over to that mastery, go back into the MCUSD2 proficiency scales. And I want to look at math. Maybe I'm targeting a specific thing in math. Maybe it's this timepiece. I'm looking at this timepiece, and I can see it's been assessed one time. But if I go to here to view details, I can see that this is where all of the students are with this one thing that's been assessed aligned to number 28, which is time. So this gives me my groups right there. I can see that Cambry and Beckett are exceeding, and they probably don't need as much one-on-one help. Maybe they're working on something, that's going to further their knowledge beyond the floor walls of the classroom. I can see that Jenica and Jim practice student are approaching. So maybe I'm going to be, modeling a lesson for them. And I can see that Sweet Harper is developing. So maybe Harper needs a little bit more one-on-one instruction, or one of those exceeding can kind of partner and mentor her. So when it comes to grouping and regrouping and regrouping and regrouping, this will help take that process out of having to figure that out every single time. So drilling down and aligning everything that you possibly can is going to give you super accurate groups and give you a super accurate picture of where students are with each of these proficiencies. There is a mastery guide that is also going to be super helpful that lays out all of these same exact instructions. But this will get you started and get you able to start to tap into just the wealth that mastery can provide for you as a teacher and for the students and parents.